Welcome back. I'm Felix, and I got some more Reddit stuff for you. This one I'm going to do a little different. This one, I saw a Smosh clip on TikTok and wanted to watch the whole thing, so I found it. But when I was looking for it, I found someone else that also had done it as well around the same time frame. So what I was going to do is I'm going to do Smosh first and post that one. Then I'm going to come back and do Dusty Thunder and watch it. And basically what I'm going to do is just get their reaction for both. I'm going to respond to both at the end of each one. Then at the end of all that, I'll give my thoughts on both of them. So basically I'll post 3 videos really. One video will be Smosh, one video will be Dusty, and then the third video will be both videos with my comments at the end. Sort of like some people, there's Best Food Review does that. He'll post a bunch of breakup, like individual videos, and he'll post an hour and a half video at the end. Like there was another video at the end, but you can watch the whole thing at once. So I guess you could say it's kind of like that. But like I said, I'll start with Smosh and go from there, and then see what they think. Because on TikTok, it's edited to just show where Shane's talking, and so I wanted to see what all their thoughts were on this one. Because this one, I'm just going to tell you right now, the guy's not the a-hole. It was a horrible prank, and it backfires. All right, let me enlarge it, and let's get started. And don't pull pranks like this. And don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's get into it.
Breaking up with my girlfriend because of a caught cheating prank.
Remember those shows? Caught cheating?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cheaters?
Yeah,
Cheaters?
yeah,
Cheaters? Is that what it's
I
called?
think it's called
A
cheating.
lot
think
of
he
our
got- I
audience
think that
probably
guy
has
got-
no idea what that is.
I think the show ended when he got stabbed.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We call that a throwback, just like Ignition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, a 26-year-old man,
That's an R. Kelly song in case you missed it.
broke up with my girlfriend, 25-year-old woman, of 2 years.
Sorry, that chair blends in with his shirt. I thought those were his shoulders. I thought his shoulders would go like from here all the way over to here. And I was like, wait, no, that's not his shoulders.
Because of something that happened recently, and now my friends are saying I massively overreacted.
If this was all done for a TikTok, I'm going to be
You know it was.
Those are not your friends.
livid.
So a few days ago, my girlfriend and a close mutual friend decided to play a prank on me. The prank was that they filmed a scenario where I caught them in bed together, pretending they were hooking up. They set up a hidden camera in the bedroom, and when I walked in, I saw him in just boxers and my girlfriend in a bra and panties, straddling him, acting like they were mid-hookup. To make it more realistic, they even made some noises and tried to act like it was happening for real.
You don't need to be in your bra and panties or underwear for that joke. And right then and there, I would have, that would have been enough for me. Just like, why are you in your underwear? You don't need to be in your underwear for this prank.
Shocked, furious, and immediately confronted them as I thought it was real at first, like an actual betrayal. And then I walked out of the room and started leaving the house when they followed me screaming it was just a prank and then showed me the video they'd been recording. To be honest, I felt completely betrayed, not just by the idea of the prank, but also because of how they had gotten undressed to film it. I know it's meant to be funny to some people, but for me, it felt disrespectful and I was hurt. The whole thing felt like a violation of trust, even though I know they weren't actually cheating. I told her I couldn't be in a relationship with someone who would do something like that, and I ended things right there. She's devastated, and our friends have been telling me I overreacted. They think it was just a harmless prank, and I should have taken it better. But I can't shake the feeling that it crossed a line for me, especially with how intimate and uncomfortable it felt to see them in that situation, even if it wasn't real. Now I'm left wondering if I made the right decision. I'm starting to doubt myself because everyone else seems to think I blew it out of proportion.
What benefit?
The guy had boundaries. They crossed those boundaries. That's what's going on here. Even if I knew it was a prank, I would just be mad at them. Why do you need to be in your underwear? That would be my first thing. Because everyone else I've seen pull a prank, either it's someone by themselves with a mannequin or they're fully clothed. And there's no reason to be in your underwear. They took the prank too far. And also, this girl obviously didn't know her boyfriend. You know, it's like, did you at any point think he was going to find this funny? Because if that's not his sense of humor, why would you do this prank? It makes no sense. You could almost say, what if they actually did get caught cheating and they try to play it off as a prank? But yeah, That's a horrible prank I did. Don't do those pranks. They're horrible.
Benefit does she get from doing that prank?
I mean,
The views, bro.
there's a lot of people who do a lot of stuff on social media
Yeah,
where I
I
ask that
know.
question. People,
I don't think he's overreacting.
No, my God, no.
No.
Like if you were in that relationship and they were like simulating sex as a joke,
They're like,
Like-
that's a prank.
that's weird.
They're like, but you still straddled that person half naked who's my friend.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of a question that gets asked around this office a lot, which is, what is a prank? And
Yeah.
it's kind of like trippy when you
Some
think about
people
it. You're
don't
like,
know.
What is
What
a prank?
is a prank?
What is a prank? And to me, a prank is supposed to be kind of like a joke that you pull on someone that does give them a rush of some emotion, but it's ultimately supposed to end in them laughing,
Yep.
and it's supposed to be fun for the person you're pranking.
Everyone is supposed to get the joke at the end. That's a prank. That's a harmless prank. A prank, because the fact that we have to say harmless prank is sad. A prank is just like, I scare my daughter, haha, everyone laughs. She might swing at me or try to get me back. Harmless prank. But when you cross lines, I mean, this guy clearly stated, they crossed the line for him. And I wouldn't be friends with that person, and I wouldn't have a girlfriend anymore. So he has boundaries, and he's not willing to sacrifice his boundaries, and he shouldn't have to. His girlfriend should have known he was not going to find that funny, first off. I don't know how long they were dating, but the fact she didn't realize he wasn't going to find that funny is a red flag to me.
Person you prank doesn't like the prank, then it wasn't a prank.
It wasn't a
You
prank.
actually just with them in a
You
way
just
that...
with them.
And I think you should know the person you're pranking well enough to know what's going to work and what's not. Because there are videos of people pulling off pranks on people where the person laughs their ass off.
Yeah.
And those are awesome, right?
Those are fun. I mean, like punked and stuff, like sometimes they cross the line a lot.
Punks
Yeah.
crossed the line. But I think all of them knew. I think
The only
I think so,
shows,
too.
the only ones that get a pass for me, the mean pranks, are the Japanese ones.
those are hilarious, unfortunately.
Like they get in the porta potty and all
and
the
it
walls go down.
launches them out. Yeah.
Or, like, launches them onto the lake and they're like holding onto the porta potty while they're like,
There's ones where they would get into a porta potty and it would like flip backward and they're at the top of a ski slope. And
Yeah.
they're just going down.
Oh, wait, I need to see this.
oh, they're
Japanese
great.
prank shows are ruthless.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with those, that has nothing to do with their partner having sex with their best friend.
No.
You know what? Fair.
They're going down a ski mountain. Fine. It didn't involve their whole fucking life.
Yeah, but the pants are down.
Like, and they go down to the bottom of the ski mountain and the wife and the best friend are like, oh, and also we're here.
Wait, I'm sorry. It has me thinking of my all-time favorite. This is old school, where they would wait till people were walking down an alley by
Yes.
themselves, and they would have a crowd of people sprint the opposite way, screaming, and the people would always be like, and they would start running too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But also devastating.
Again, your wife and your best friend are not
Yeah, this is different.
again.
I also think people need to know, and we say this as people who make content on YouTube, you're going to try to make a prank and you're going to film it. Know that most of the people who do prank content on YouTube, that it's all fake.
Yep.
It's
The person
so
they're pranking
fake.
knows that it's all fake.
Yeah.
So fake.
Don't
Unless they're scaring them. Those are my favorite. When they're like coming around the corner and they're scaring them a lot.
like scare tactics.
yeah. Oh,
That shit was,
that shit was f***ed up.
unfortunately, I was entertained by that.
Yeah, me too.
But it's wrong.
But it's
So
wrong.
you're at like
That's wrong.
cheating pranks like
The
go
cheating
all,
prank is
all the way back
crazy.
to like the prank
Yeah.
sort of golden
Yeah.
era on YouTube, which totally sucked. But it was like, yeah, there was a lot of those cheating pranks, and it was
They're
obviously
so
fake.
Verdict, not the asshole. Comments, not the asshole. How does your girlfriend of 2 years not know you well
2
enough
years,
to know
I
what
couldn't
you'd find
remember.
funny? Like, even if you prank all the time with each other, she should know you and what you would find actually funny. If you're not laughing, it's not actually a prank. It's just them hurting you and then blaming
They
you for
said.
being hurt. OP responded saying, yep, I told her that. She says she wanted to try something new and unexpected and didn't think I would feel so strongly about it.
What?
Well, you
She did not know him at all.
don't know your boyfriend that
Yep.
well.
No.
Someone else said, so two adults who were comfortable enough being in their underwear together and assuming a sex position think you are overreacting? OP responded, I can't make it make sense either. You made the right decision. Other people don't get to decide what sort of prank goes past your line for pranks. If your ex-girlfriend really was devastated, maybe she'll learn that trying to pull elaborate pranks can backfire on her and she won't do it to other people in the future. Not the asshole. Update.
Yes.
Oh, update. Okay.
My ex-girlfriend was really upset with all the hate she received online and blamed me for painting her in a bad light. I told her I did no such thing. She just didn't like that she got called out and on her behavior. The mutual friend who was part of the prank is now also pissed off at me and saying I went way overboard. I told them both to f*** off and have blocked their numbers. Our friends have since started taking this more seriously after reading some of the comments on here, with a few taking my side and saying what my girlfriend and the friend did was horrible. Others still think this was all unnecessary and I should have just laughed it off and moved on. No.
No, those aren't your friends. The ones that said laugh it off, those are not your friends.
No.
No.
No, what they did was just, it was like, really? Like, why? It was just dumb and insensitive. And then also to be like, how dare you make me look like an idiot? It's like, you made me look like an idiot.
Yeah. The whole point of the video that you were also filming without my permission
Right.
was supposed to make me look, I was the focus of this video I didn't know I was going to be in.
Right.
That alone. Yeah.
I just can't stop picturing someone in a porta potty going down a ski slope and then having them have sex.
I mean, I would show
At the end of the ski slope is his wife and some guy.
with divorce
Were
papers.
you tricked?
Oh, pranked!
Yeah, pranked. He's like, what? He's like,
With divorce
"This is
papers
awful."
and a DNA test that shows that the son is not his.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, what son? And she's like, pranked. She just really goes too hard.
God dang.
Yeah, that's bad. He did the right thing.
He did the right thing. Our final story.
Okay. Yeah, not the a-hole. That girlfriend didn't know him at all. Both Smosh and Dusty, I don't always agree with their takes, but on this one, I think we're all going to agree. So for me, it's the first time I've really come across where people covered it around the same time. So I thought I would react to both of them just to see if their reactions are any different.
Friend because of a caught cheating prank. I, 26 male, broke up with my girlfriend, 25 female, of 2 years because of something that happened recently, and now
In the Smosh video, I forgot how long they were together, and it was 2 years, because I made a comment about she didn't know him, and I couldn't remember how much longer they were together. So, right off the bat, 2 years, you should know who you're dating. You should have some idea who you're dating.
my friends are saying I massively overreacted. So a few days ago, my girlfriend and a close mutual friend decided to play a prank on me. The prank was that they filmed a scenario where I caught them in bed together, pretending they were hooking up.
That's not funny.
They set up a hidden camera in the bedroom, and when I walked in, I saw him in just boxers and my girlfriend in bra and panties straddling him, acting like they were mid-hookup.
Wait a minute. Go back.
Not funny.
They set
I think I missed this on the Smosh part.
up a hidden camera in the bedroom, and when I walked in, I saw him in just boxers and my girlfriend in bra and panties straddling him, acting like they were...
Okay, I missed that on the Smosh. I heard him talking about that at the end. Yeah. If you're in your underwear doing that, there's nothing between you and him, really. Underwear are usually thin, especially women's underwear. A lot of times they're thin. No. That's red flags all over the place. I think they were really cheating, and they just set this up just in case they got caught. That's what I think.
mid-hookup. To make it more realistic, they even made some noises and tried to act like it was happening for real. Okay, I think they f***ed up the prank, because the prank, at least the videos that I've seen, it's someone, like, it's the partner, not with another person, but they put a wig on and stuff to make them look like there's another person in the house to get a reaction. Involving another person is dumb. Involving another person and having them strip down to their skivvies, double dumb. Involving another person, having them strip down to their skivvies, and then straddling them and making sexy noises with a camera set up in the bedroom is quadruple stupid.
If I walked in and saw the camera set up, her on top, I'm thinking they're shooting an adult film, and I'm going to start swinging. There's not going to be no talking. I'm probably going to, hopefully, I'll take it back. Maybe I won't start swinging, but I'm going to be mad. I'm probably going to break some equipment. I'm going to storm out of there. I'm throwing her out in her underwear. I'm throwing him out in her underwear. Everyone's getting thrown out. And I'm throwing equipment as hard as I can out. They just better be happy I don't swing on them.
That's all I got. I was shocked, furious, and immediately confronted them as I thought it was real at first, like an actual betrayal. And then I walked out of the room and started leaving the house when they...
That's something I didn't say on the other one, is that is an actual betrayal. There's no reason to be in the underwear. Well, not there was a reason, but I just thought about what he was saying, how, normally someone by themselves, or even with the mannequin, they'll have a mannequin making out with the mannequin. But I have seen where they have two people, and it's usually they're just rocking the bed. They're fully clothed, and they're just moving the bed, and that's it. Or they're doing something where it's obvious fake. And most of those videos, these cop cheating prank videos, are fake. So to do these caught cheating pranks for real is stupid. It's really stupid. Don't do these. Don't test your significant other. Don't pull pranks like this. Unless you know they're into this, don't do this.
Followed me screaming it was just a prank and then showed me the video they had been recording.
They were just making a sex video.
Yeah. Who's to say they weren't just making porn?
That's what I just said.
It started off as a prank, but our OnlyFans account has grown massively. Also, OP, you say here, I thought it was real at first, like an actual betrayal. It was still
That's what I just said.
Actual betrayal. To be honest, I felt completely betrayed, and not just by the idea of the prank, but also of how they had gotten undressed to film it. Yeah. I know it's meant to be funny to some people, but for me, it felt disrespectful, and I was hurt. The whole thing felt like a violation of trust, even though I know they weren't actually cheating.
I was just thinking, what if she's the type that wears thongs, and she's in her thong and bra? Or she wears lacy underwear. Women's underwear a lot of time are thin, not much fabric. And depending on what that guy was wearing, some of those boxers, it's real easy just to kind of slip through there. If I walked in on my wife doing a prank like this, it'd be over. That'd be it.
If the person being pranked doesn't find it funny, it's not a prank. It's just you being a dick. I told her I could not be in a relationship with someone who would do something like that, and I ended things right there. Yes. She's devastated, and her friends have been telling me that I overreacted. They think it was just a harmless prank, and I should have taken it better. But I can't shake the feeling that it crossed a line for me, especially how intimate and uncomfortable it felt to see them in that situation, even if it wasn't real. I'm sorry. Did your friends have this happen to them? Did your friends have to see their girlfriend straddling some dude in your bed? Did they?
You know what's funny about this? If it was the other way around, and he pulled a prank and was being straddled by some girl, I wonder if those friends would say that to her. It was just a prank. Now they'd be like dumping, get rid of them. Usually they're better. I've noticed they do this a lot to guys. When the girl pulls a prank, you're overreacting. But if it's the other way around, it's like, break up with him. So I just think that's interesting. But I think it's safe to say Dusty and Smosh and me are all on the same page on this one.
Oh, they didn't. How did they get an opinion? Now I'm left wondering if I made the right decision. I'm starting to doubt myself because everyone else seems to think I blew it out of proportion. Edit, I did not expect this many responses. Thank you guys. She posted here earlier and sent me a link to her post. I know she wants me to watch the video to prove it was all a setup and planned, but I feel like she still doesn't get that I'm upset about her disregard and disrespect for me and our relationship. Anyways, I'm going to sign up for the night. There's an update before we get into the update.
Hold on. Smosh didn't talk about that. I wonder if Smosh did theirs before he put that edit on there. They did an update, but yeah, she still doesn't get it. So he made the right call. I feel sorry for him. It sounds like he's a nice guy, because nice people always feel like they made a mistake when people are telling them they're overreacting or they did something wrong. I used to be that way and got over it. I'm no longer like that.
Also, tell me your dense girlfriend by saying, no, just watch the video. Look again at me in my skivvies straddling some dude. Like that's going to make things better. Yeah, look again. Just look closer. See? He didn't actually penetrate.
Whoa.
Was that too far?
Possible.
Here's the actual update. My ex-girlfriend was really upset with all the hate she received online and blamed me for painting her in a bad light. I told her I did no such thing. She just didn't like that she got called out on her behavior. The mutual friend who was part of the prank is now also pissed off at me and saying I went way overboard. Yes, you know what, OP? You went way overboard. Not the people who stripped down and pretended to be effing in your bed. No. You, for reacting to it, went overboard. I told them both to f*** off and have blocked their numbers. Our friends have since started taking this more seriously after reading some of the comments on here, with a few taking my side and saying what my girlfriend and the friend did was horrible. Others still think this was all unnecessary and I should have just laughed it off and moved on. Yeah, the ones who think it's all unnecessary and you should have laughed it off and moved on are single, aren't they? Girlfriend side is gone. But Candy Thunder...
Like I said earlier, if it was the other way around, those single friends probably be saying dump him.
The sleuth is going to drag it down. The friends who said that, who still say you should laugh it off and you took it way too seriously, I'd be willing to place a small wager that they're single. Now the friends who finally, she found it, the friends who finally came to their senses after reading the post knew it was wrong all along, but after seeing that other people, after seeing the pendulum was swinging your direction, was like, oh, we're going to be like outliers here. So they FOMO changed their vote here.
Honestly, I think he should ditch all his friends. If any of them said you were overreacting, he needs to ditch them. Those are not your friends. They were never on your side. If something else happens, they're not going to be on your side.
Here is the girlfriend side. Saving this before it gets deleted. I think my boyfriend is overreacting for breaking up with me over
Smosh didn't have this, so this is good. I'm glad I decided to watch both of them.
my caught cheating prank, AITA. My boyfriend posted here a few hours ago and shared the link with me to show me what people thought about what I did and that he is not overreacting. I thought I'd come on here and give my version of events for a more nuanced take.
I think she means X.
X, yeah. I planned the cheating prank with our close mutual friends several days ago. We were hanging out and scrolling through TikTok videos and came across prank shorts between couples. We went down the
Like I said, most of those pranks are fake. They're fake. Don't do these pranks for real.
watching YouTube videos of cheating pranks, and I mentioned it would be funny to try a cheating prank on my boyfriend to find out what his reaction would be.
You found out. You effed around and found out.
He said he would do one with me, and I agreed because it was somebody my boyfriend liked and trusted, so I thought it would be harmless. It started out as a hypothetical plan, but over the course of the conversation, while hashing out details, it turned into a real plan, and we agreed to the day we would do it, when my boyfriend would be out and come back home to find us together. We set up the camera and filmed ourselves talking about the prank, and set it up on top of the dresser in the bedroom and got into position. Yeah, you did. We were laughing throughout, and it's all on video to make it believe.
It doesn't matter. You didn't need to get naked. That's the part. You didn't need to get down to your skivvies. Sorry, you weren't naked. You were in your underwear. And like I said, it depends. Also, do you wear a thong? Because if you wear a thong, boom, right there. Even if you don't wear a thong, the fact that you felt comfortable enough to get into your underwear in front of this person, I would actually question, how many times have you done this in front of him? How many times have you gotten in your underwear in front of this guy? I would start asking those questions.
I told him to take off his shirt. He said I should probably do the same, so we did. Then he thought it would be even more believable and provide that shock factor if we also...
God, he manipulated her so much. If she's telling the truth, he manipulated that stupid girl.
took off our pants. In hindsight, that was a terrible idea, but I agreed to it. Bish, no one believes you.
Yeah.
No one believes you. Also, you see where this is going, right? To make it even
She's putting all the blame on him.
more believable, I just told him to go ahead and put it in, and then it would be like super authentic. You know how the rest of the story went from his post, but what he didn't mention is that he refused to watch the video I recorded.
I wouldn't watch it
showing him that
either. I wouldn't watch the video either. It wouldn't matter to me. It would not matter to me. It wouldn't matter. Because it still doesn't explain why are you in your underwear. Why did you feel so comfortable to get in your underwear? And why are you on top of him? And yeah, it wouldn't matter to me. Would not matter to me. That's a stupid prank. And like I said, don't pull these pranks. The ones you see online, 99% of those are fake. Stop pulling pranks like this.
prank, that we only took off our clothes and got into a sex position when we knew he was home. Again, Bish, asking him to look at you down to your skivvies, straddling some dude in y'all's bed is not the request you want to be making of him. And using this now to try to get people to feel sorry for you is backfiring. I understand that this prank was extra and hurtful to him, and for that I am sorry. But I am not cheating on him, and I did not mean to disrespect our relationship. I think his breaking up with me is a massive overreaction because other than this incident, which I now massively regret, our relationship was great. We shared 2 wonderful years together and moved in together.
You could share 20 years together. If you've experienced a betrayal like this, for a lot of people, it's over. And in his head, he saw you pretty much naked, straddling another guy. You know, like I said, if I saw my wife doing that, yeah, it's over. Because, like I said, I've seen women's underwear. They're thin. They're very thin. And like I said, depends on what underwear he was wearing. He could press through that. If he wasn't pressing on her, his junk was touching her junk. Unless she was sitting on his stomach, even then, you know. It's a stupid, stupid prank.
Over the summer. And then you went and f***ed it up massively. I plan on deleting the video and won't be sharing it on social media, but I will share it with him first for proof of my intentions. Hey, congratulations, girlfriend. You've won not a thing because all that did was made you look even dumber. You didn't provide any information here that helps turn the pendulum back in your direction here. You did nothing but show...
As for her, she's a hole.
Oh, your ignorance here. And also, you say here that, what did you say that I was going for? You didn't think it would damage your relationship. Here's what I don't think you took the time and employed a couple of brain cells to do. You were watching these videos with your friend. You were thinking about how funny it would be to do this to your partner without knowing that, without testing to see if he thought this kind of prank would be funny. Now, I get it. If you were truly doing this as a prank, you don't want to show him the prank because then he'd catch on to the prank, right? That's what was going on in your little monkey symbol brain. But you didn't know if he was going to find it funny or not. And if you're going to do something this risky, there's the key word. It's risky because you do risk your entire relationship in doing this, and you have to accept that risk to do the prank. If you do a prank or you do anything without accepting the risk that's behind it, you're just dumb. The risk is there either way, whether you acknowledge it or not.
Yeah, he's not wrong. And once again, don't do these pranks. They're stupid.
Though you say it was a prank, this is something that happened in real life. And in real life, there are consequences for stupid decisions. You made a lot of them. You destroyed your relationship. You lit the fuse and detonated this relationship. You blew it up. It was dumb. And if you're being truthful here, learning moment, don't do this in your next relationship. You never took the time to think about how he would feel. This prank was not something that you even thought about how he would feel about it. You just wanted to get a funny video.
Yep.
By the by, I think you should post the video because I hope that camera caught your ass not straddling homeboy, but being dumped right then and there. That's the part of the video I want to see.
Okay, so that was both videos, and like I figured, we were all on the same page. But what I wanted to add to all this is, on TV, online, YouTube, TikTok, all those things, majority of the pranks were fake and are fake. The ones that do for real wind up getting hurt, like this girl did. She didn't realize these pranks were fake. That's her problem. She obviously wasn't bright enough to realize these were fake. A lot of those fake prank videos she was watching are fake. Also, the fact that she felt so comfortable getting into her underwear and straddling this. Because in my head, I'm thinking, even if she's wearing like normal everyday underwear, like girls' underwear, the fabric on those is thin. Unless she had even if she had a pad on, still, you know, that'd be it's still, you got in your underwear and straddled another man. Now, if she was clothed, okay, maybe he calmed down and think about it. But the fact that you were in your underwear, I think that's the part that pushed him over the edge. Is that you were in your underwear. Why were you in your underwear? And if you listen to Dusty's video, she's actually trying to blame the other guy in the video. She's actually trying to blame that guy, saying it was his idea to get in the underwear and stuff. Yeah, that was a bad idea. You shouldn't have done the prank. Every time I see these prank videos, and when I see the people get owned in those prank videos, like for real, they get beat up. But even the ones where they get beat up, a lot of those are fake too. Because a lot of people realize, oh, if I get beat up in a video, I'll get more views. So they actually start staging where they get beat up in the videos. But yeah, like I said, prank videos, I think in the beginning may have been real, but over time they realized it was better to stage them because you're less likely to die. But either way, don't pull these prank videos. Don't do tests. Don't go test your boyfriend. Don't go testing your girlfriend. Don't do any of that stuff. Either you trust your partner or you don't. If you don't trust your partner and you feel the need to test them, get out the relationship. Just move on. It's that simple. Sadly, testing your significant other is not new. The only thing that's new about it is the internet. It's been going on for years. Back when they had all those women's magazines, they would say how to test your loyalty of your spouse and all this stuff. This stuff has been going on since the 40s, 50s, 60s, so on. It's been going on forever. Like I said, the only difference is the internet. The internet has made it easier to come up with ways to test your significant other. If you feel the need to test your significant other, your relationship's over, just move on. Like there was the banana test, which was stupid. Simply put, don't do these. These are horrible ideas. Do not do these. Yeah, don't do these. Really, for the love of God, don't do these. All right, everyone. Take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Later.